Hello guys, this is the fifth video on coordinate geometry and today we're going to be discussing about distance form, which is very important. Now, without using measuring tape or without using scale, we can find the distance between the 2 points by using coordinate geometry. Now, let us take the Cartesian plane. If we take any 2 point, here we are finding the distance, okay? And let us take this 2 point as A and B. Now here we are finding distance by using coordinate geometry. Now we'll get infinite point on this Cartesian plane. Now each point has a coordinate. Now let's take this point as xy and here also xy. But both this coordinate cannot be same. So all the coordinates are different until and unless if all the infinite points lie on the same point, that is not possible. Okay, so all the points are different from one another. So if we take this coordinate as x1 and y1, this has to be x2 and y2. Most of the people will get confused with that. So if they assume it as x and y, here also they take x and y. This is not correct. So both the coordinates are different. So the value of x and y, the value of abscissa and the ordinate also has to be different. So that's why we have to take x1, y1, x2, y2. Now, to find the distance, the formula to find the distance between any 2 points is given by root under x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Clear? In some of the book you might find x1 and x2 here, x1 and that is also true because we have square here, so it doesn't matter. Okay? So this is what is there in this section. So we'll use this formula to solve the exercise. Now let's take some example so that you will get an idea how to solve the exercise. Now let's take this example. Find the distance between the 2 points. So this is point 1 and point 2. So number 1 and 2. So the first point is 2, 3. So let us take this point as A and another point is given which is 4 and 1. So let's take this point as B. So we know that we have to take it as x1, y1, x2 and y. Now we know the formula. So we just need to substitute this value in this formula. Now here x2 is 4 and x1 is 2 and y2 is 1 and y1 is 3. So let's do the calculation. 4 minus 2 is 2. This is minus 2 square. So this is 2 to the 4. Now if you take the square of any minus value, so here if the power is even, then this value is always positive because minus into minus will give you plus. So this will give you 4. So minus 2 into minus 2 will give you plus 4. So keep this in mind. So this is root under, if you break this, you will get root 4 into 2. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 root under 2. So this is that. Okay. Now let's take another example. Question number 2. So here x1, y1, x2. So here also we do the same thing. Now, so here some of the values are negative, so you have to be very careful. So whenever if the values are negative, try to use two bracket, curly bracket and the first bracket. Now here x2 is minus a and x2 is minus a and x1 is a plus y2 is minus b and y1 is, so let's do the calculation. So if you open the bracket, minus minus add, so this is minus 2a whole square plus minus 2b whole square. So if it is negative and if the power is even, we'll get positive value, so 4a square plus 4b square. Now if we take 4 common, this will be a square plus b square. See, so many people will do this mistake. If you have a square plus b square, so many people will cancel this, which is wrong. We can cancel only and only if we have a whole square. So here we don't have a whole square, so we can't cancel square of the root. The square root of 4 we know, which is 2. But here, root square will get square and the square root will get cancelled. So this is the answer. Since distance is a length, we are finding length and it has a unit. Okay, kilometer, centimeter, meter. So here we don't know what is it. So we write unit. Okay, so this is how we solve. Now let's take another example. It says find the value of A if the distance between the point, 2 points are given. So point A and point B are given. Now the coordinate of this is -3, -14, A comma -5. So we know that we take it as x1, y1 and x2, y2. If the distance between the 2 points is 9 units. So here, what is that condition? The condition says that the distance between the 2 points is given, which is 9 units. Now we know that the distance formula is given by x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Substitute the value. D is 9. X square is 8 minus x1 is -3 plus y2 is -5 and y1 is -14. Okay, if the values are negative, always use 2 bracket. So this is 9 is equals to root under a minus into minus is plus 3 square plus -5 minus into minus is plus 14 whole square. Okay, so this is 9 is equals to a plus 3 whole square. 14 minus 5 is 9. So now, see, whatever we are finding is inside the root. So how can we get rid of this root? Squaring both sides. So what we can write is squaring both sides. So if you take the square on both sides, then this will get cancelled. So here it is 9 9 is 81 is equals to a plus 3 whole square plus 9 9 is 81. So if you take this 81 to this side, 81 minus 81 will give you 0. So we can write a plus 3 whole square is equals to 0. So if we take the square root on both sides again, a plus 3, so this will get cancelled, is equals to plus minus 0. Whenever you take the square root, you will get 2 values. So a is equals to, so if you take, so this will be 0. So a plus 3 equals to 0 plus minus, yes sir. So when you take positive value, then a will be plus 0 minus 3, which will give you minus 3. And when you take the negative value, a is equals to minus 0 minus 3. So 0 don't have any unit actually. So a is equals to minus 3. So we get two values of a, which is minus 3 comma minus 3. So this is the answer. Alright, so this is how we solve. Let's take another example. It says find points on the x-axis. Now the point is on x-axis. So point is on x-axis, which are at a distance of 5 units from the point. So x is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5 and minus 4. Now a point is on x-axis. So if the point is on x-axis, then y is 0, we know that. Yes sir. So if the point lies on the x-axis, y is 0, and sometimes they might ask me find the point on y-axis. So on y-axis, x is 0. So keep this in mind. So these two points are very important. If point lies on the x-axis, then the coordinate will be x comma 0 because y is 0. And if the point lies on the x-axis, then x is 0. Then the coordinate will be 0 comma y. Now in this question, point lies on the x-axis, so y is 0. Now let us take this as x1, y1, and let us take this as x2 and y2. And the distance between them is 5 units. Now we know that d is equals to root under x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. The d distance is given, which is 5 units. So let's substitute the value. x2 is 5 and x1. So x1 is x plus y2 is minus 4 and y1 is 0 5 is equals to root under 5 minus x whole square plus minus 4 minus 0 is minus 4. Now let's take the square on both sides so that we will get cancelled. Squaring both sides. Whatever you do in mathematics, you have to write a statement. Please keep that in mind. So 5 5s are 25, so this will get cancelled. We have to get rid of this square root because whatever we are finding is inside the root, so we have to get rid of that. So 4 4s are 16. Now it is negative, but if the power is even, then we get a positive value. Now let's take 16 to the other side. 25 minus 16. See, I am not opening the bracket. Why? Because if it is a perfect square, then we can take the square root. See, 25 minus 16 is 9. Now we can take the square root on both sides so that you don't have to expand this. But if it is not a perfect square, then we have to expand whatever is there on the right hand side by using algebraic form. Okay? So this will give you plus minus 3. Whenever you take the square root, you will get 2 value. Now here this 2 will get cancelled. So this is 5 minus 6. Okay? So when x is equals to plus 3, then let's take x to this side. 5 minus 3. So we get 2. Okay? And so let's do it here. And when x is equals to minus 3, then the value of x will be, if you take x to this side, it will be positive. So x is equals to 8. So what are the coordinates? So we are finding two coordinates. So we know that the coordinate is x comma y. So let me write this one. So what will be the answer? So we get two coordinates. Now here we know that y is 0 because the coordinate on the x axis. So the y is 0. So this is the coordinate. So we get two coordinates. One is 8 comma 0 and second one is 2 comma 0. So both are the answers. So we get two answers here. 8 comma 0 and 2 comma 0. So let's take another example. It says the center of the circle is given. Now if you look at the circle, see we are using distance form. The center is C, whose coordinates are 2 alpha minus 1 and 3 alpha plus 1. And it passes through the point. So let's take this point as A, which is minus 3 comma minus 1. Okay. Now the diameter. So we know that a line which passes through the center is a diameter. Now this length is 20. Now center divides diameter into 2 equal half, which is called a radius. Now this length is 10 and this is 10. So if you look at this one, the length of this is 10. Now this question is very, very important. You might get a question related with the circle. Okay. So now the distance of CA is equals to 10 units. Now let's take it as x1 y1, or we can take it as x1 y1 and x2. It's up here. Okay. Now if you use the distance formula, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 is equals to. Clear? Now let's substitute the value. x2 is this one, 2 alpha minus 1. Let's put it inside the bracket. Now x1 is minus 3 plus y2 is this one, 3 alpha plus 1 minus y1 is minus 1. Repeat it once again. If the values are negative, then always use two brackets. Okay. Now this is 2 alpha minus 1, minus into minus is plus 3. Now what we are finding? We are finding the value of alpha. So this is 3 alpha plus 1, minus into minus is plus 1. Now let's get rid of this square here. Taking square on both sides. So this square root and square root will get cancelled, and here we will get 100. Now here we have to open the bracket. So this is your, but first let's do the calculation inside the bracket. Plus 2 whole square plus 3 alpha plus 2 is equals to. Now let's expand this formula. So this is a square plus 2ab plus b square plus this is a square plus 2ab plus b square is equals to 100. Now let's do the calculation here. So this will be 4 alpha square plus 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8 alpha plus 4 plus 3 3s are 9. So this is 9 alpha square plus 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12 alpha plus 4 is equal. Now let's take 100 to this side is equals to 0. So this is 30 alpha square plus 20 alpha plus 4 plus 4 is 8. So 100 minus 8 is minus 92 is equals to 0. Now we have to break the middle two. So 30 alpha square plus alpha minus 92 is equals to 0. So what we do, we'll multiply 92 into 30. So now we'll break. So 1196, 2 5s are 10, 2 9s are 18, 2 8s are 16. So 46. So 46 minus 26. Okay. So this is 13 alpha square plus 46 alpha minus 26 alpha minus 92 equals to 0. So here alpha is common. So 13 alpha plus 46 minus 2 is common. So this is 13 alpha plus 46 equals to 0. So 13 alpha plus 46 and alpha minus 2 equals to 0. So either alpha minus 2 equals to 0, so we'll get the value of alpha as 2, or 13 alpha plus 46 is equals to 0, so alpha is equals to minus 46 divided by 30. So we have two values of alpha, which is minus 12 and 46 by. So this is the answer. So this is another different type of sum. Now it says using distance formula, so that a point, so 3 points are given. So let us take 3 points A, B and C. Now these 3 points are collinear. So collinear means all the point has to lie on the same straight. That is what collinear means. Now how to prove that? By using distance formula. Now if we take AB and BC, so AB is the distance of this 2 point and BC is the distance of this 2 point. Now if you add these two, then that has to be equal to AC. AC is the distance between A and C. Now if you can prove this, then we can say that A, B, C are collinear. So this is the condition for collinear points. Okay, so if we can prove that AB plus BC is equals to AC, then we can say that A, B, C are collinear. So first we have to find AB. So the formula is, so if we take this as x1 y1, x2 y2, now we know that, what is the formula? x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. And we direct it. So 6 minus 3 is 3 square plus 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9. So 9 plus 9 is 18. So let's keep it like this. Is now, sorry, B and C. So we'll discuss about this one now. So x1, y1, x2, sorry, x2 and y. Now again we use the same formula here. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is 8 minus 6 is 2, 2 2s are 4, plus 6 minus 4 is 2, 2 2s are 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Alright? Now AC. AC. So we are finding A and C. So let's take this as x1, y1, x2, y2. So this is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So 8 minus 3 is 5, 5 5 is 25, 6 minus 1 is 5, 5 5 is 25. So this will give you root 50. Now we have to prove that AB plus BC is equals to AC. Then only we can say that they are equal. Now let's substitute it here on the left hand side. AB is root 80 plus BC is root 8. Now let's break it. So can I write this as 9 into 2 plus 4 into 2. So this is square root of 9 is 3 and square root of 4 is 2. So we can add these two. 3 plus this is 5 root of 9. So right hand side AC. So AC is root 50. So this is your 25 into 2. Square root of 25 is 5. If you look at this one, these two are same. But since LHS is equals to RHS, so therefore A, B and C are polynomials. Hence proved. So this is all we saw. So this is another type of point which we have to use distance formula. Now if you look at this one, so that the point, so 3 points are given, are the vertices of an isosceles right angle triangle. Now we know that isosceles means two sides has to be equal, and right triangle means one of the angle has to be 90 degrees. You might get a question related with 4 points. So 4 points are given, prove that they are the vertices of parallelogram or a rectangle or a square or a rhombus. Now in that case, we know that for a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, so we have to prove that the opposite sides are equal. For a rectangle, also opposite sides are equal. For the square, all sides are equal, and for a rhombus, also all sides are equal. So what we have to do is, we have to find the distance between each point. So first we'll find the distance of this one, that has to be equal to this. Then we'll find the distance of this, then that will be equal to this. So same with rectangle, square, and a rhombus also. For a square, all the distance has to be equal. So that this is what we do to prove that it is a parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus or a square. Then what we do, we'll find the distance between each side, then we'll check if all the sides are equal, it is a square. If two opposite sides are equal, then it's a parallelogram or a rectangle. Okay? Now, here, so that the point are vertices of a right angle. So 3 vertices are given. Now let's take this as A, B and C. So what we do, first we find AB. So now we know the formula. So let's take it as x1, y1 and x2. So this is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This will give you 7 and this add 9 is 81. Yes, so we'll get minus 9 whole square. So minus into minus will be plus. So 9 is 81 plus 10 minus 5 is minus 5. So minus 5 square, minus into minus is plus 5 is 25. So this will give you 106. So let's find BC. So if we take this as A, B and C arbitrary, then first we'll find AB, then we'll find BC and then we'll find CA. Now BC, now let's take this as x1, y1, x2, y2. The formula will be x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y. So this is 3 minus into minus is plus, so 3 plus 2 whole square plus minus 9 whole square. So 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 is 25 plus 81. Again this is 106. Okay. Now, two sides are equal, so yes, it is an isosceles triangle. Then if you want, you can find AC also. If all the sides are equal, then it is an equilateral triangle. Okay. Now A and C. So this 2. So this is 3 minus 7, x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus 1. So this will give you 3 minus 7 is minus 4 square plus minus 14 square. So this is 4 plus 16 and 14 into 14 196. Yes sir. Plus 196. So this is your 260. Okay. Now since AB is equals to BC, so two sides are equal, so therefore ABC is an isosceles triangle. But how do you prove that it is a right triangle? Right means one of the angle has to be 90 degrees. So we know that we take this as H, P and P. Now according to the right angle triangle, so this is your AB, this is your BC and this is your AC. We know that H square is equals to P square is B square. Yes or no? So now if we take AB as P and BC as B, then we know that this is your 106 square plus 106 square, because just when we look at this one, we can figure it out that if we add this two, we get this one. So this will get cancelled. So 6 plus 6 is 12, 1, so 212. Now right hand side. So this is your right hand side. Now if you take left hand side, H is your BC square. So this is your 212 square. So this will get cancelled. So LHS is equals to RHS. So it also satisfies Pythagoras theorem. Therefore, ABC is an isosceles right angle triangle. So this is how we prove. Same thing if it is a rectangle or a parallelogram or a square or a rhombus. So if it is a rectangle and if the coordinates are given, to prove that if they are the vertices of a rectangle, what we do first, we'll find the distance of this two, then we'll find the distance of this two. This two has to be equal and this two distance has to be equal. So if the opposite distance, so if the opposite sides are equal, then it is a rectangle. If all the sides are equal, then it is a square or a rhombus. So this is how we solve. Okay, so with this example, I think you'll be able to solve all the questions related with distance formula. Okay, so practice as much as you can. So for any queries or if you have any doubt or if you want me to repeat any topic or any example or anything, please comment there. Okay.